Okay, so today I'm going to show you how I add weight to an animation. Let's get started, shall we? To begin, we are going to go into pose mode. Now that we are here, we're going to start off with the feet. As you can see, I already have us started with the basic keyframes, where the animation is not refined, but it shows us the flow of the character. What I usually like to do is right at the peak of each step, have the foot rotate forwards. That way it feels like the foot is being dragged up, and then it'll eventually come down with a splat. Now on to the claws, grip them together, and then have them pointed downwards. Then, right before the foot hits the ground, have the toes come up slightly. This is to avoid clipping issues. Then, right before the foot hits the ground, add a keyframe and have the toes split out. Okay, now that we have the feet done, let's get on with the rest of the body. What I'm going to start off with is manipulating the hips. We're going to make the hips bob up and down every time the T-Rex makes a step. And then at the peak of the step, have the body tilt slightly. And then you're going to repeat this over and over across the entire timeline. Now getting on to the upper body, we're going to be having it bob down every time the T-Rex takes a step. What this simulates is the weight pushing down on the upper body, kind of like how a dog or elephant would react when walking. Now to add some secondary animation, what I like to do is every step have the T-Rex jaw slightly open up, and then on the knees, the IK bone, have it wobble a little bit. Now you can see our animation is complete. You can end the video here if you want, but stick around if you want to hear some additional tips. For tip number 1, we'll talk about camera shake. Make sure your camera is selected and head into the graph editor. Also make sure that you have applied your keyframes for your camera. Have them selected and click the modifiers tab on the right hand side. We will then add the noise modifier. Mess around with the settings a bit. Usually you want the strength to be a little bit lower so the shaking is not overwhelming. To make the camera shake in, scroll down to the restrict frame range section. Look around for the frames where the character takes a step and set the start at the step frame, and then the end frame just a little bit afterwards. Additionally, you can choose to blend the shake in and out by these two settings at the bottom. Finally, just repeat the steps, only slightly increasing the strength as the T-Rex gets closer. For the last tip, you can have objects in the scene bounce to sell the fact this is a heavy creature. Much like the previous tip, the object should bounce higher as the T-Rex gets closer. Okay everyone, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Feedback helps in the growth of this channel. And that's it, and that's all. I will see you next time. Bye bye.